Good morning to everybody. Today we are going to discuss the nested structures in C language. Before we are going to discuss the nested structures in C language, in the previous classes we have learned the what is a structure, how to declare a structure, how to initialize a structure, and how to access a structure and an array of structures. So what is the general syntax of the structure? We are going to declare a struct keyword. Struct keyword, name of the structure. We are going to take as example as a student, open curly braces, closed curly braces. Within these curly braces, we are going to write the members. Data type, name of the member, semicolon. We can write the n members, and the structure is terminated by the semicolon. That is the general syntax of the structure. In the previous class, we are declaring one structure with the name of the student. Struct student, open curly braces, closed curly braces. Within this structure, we are going to write the members char s name of 30 into rno, like we are going to return, and we are going to give the semicolon at the end of the structure. Now, how to declare a structure variable? We are going to write the struct keyword, name of the structure is student, and name of the variable was taken as a yes. Struct student yes. This is the structure variable. Then how do we are going to access the structure members? We are going to access the structure members by the name, by the variable name dot member name. So what is a dot? Dot is called as a member operator. So before the dot, we have to specify the name of the variable. After the dot, we have to specify the member name. That is a accessing a structure. Now we are going to discuss the nested structures, nested structure in C language. We already know the nested function, nested loops, nested if condition. Within the nested if is, within the if we are going to write the another if, it is called as a nested if. So here also nested structures means within the structure we are going to write the another structure, and it is called as a nested structure. So C provides us the feature of nesting one structure within another structure, by using which we are going to use we are constructing a complex data types we are going to create it with the help of the nested structures. For example, we may need to store the address of an entity employee in a structure. The attribute or address, attribute is nothing but it is a member names. Attribute address may also have the subparts as street number, city, state, and a pin code. If you want, write this information. Hence, to store the address of the employee, we need to store the address of the employee into a separate structure and nest the structure address into the structure employee. So we are going to take as one example. We'll see. We are going to write the one structure, struct address. Within the address structure, we are going to create the three members: city, pin, and a phone. So these are the members of the structure, struct address. Now we are going to create the another structure with the name employee. So the structure which contains the name of the employee, and we are going to store the address. We are going to store the address. So for the creating a address, we are going to create a structure variable add add. Add is a variable of type structure variable address. Now here we are going to create a employee record, employee variable. Name of the structure is employee and the name of the variable here I'm going to take as a EMP. Now if want to read the employee information, we are going to write struct employee EMP variable name, enter the employee information. We are going to read the, by using the scanf function, we are going to read the data. So for reading the employee name, we are going to write the EMP dot name. Directly we can be access. Now here, if we want to read the city, we have to specify outer structure variable EMP dot inner structure variable ADD dot, we have to specify the city. Like we are going to use within the structure, we are going to write the another structure. To access the inner structure member, we have to write the outer structure variable dot inner structure variable dot member name. Here we are going to take as EMP dot ADD dot city. Here EMP is a outer structure variable, ADD is the inner structure variable, and city is the structure inner structure member city. Like we are going to read the data. Now we are going to print the employee information. Whatever the data we are going to read, that information we are going to print. So at the time of printing also, name is a outer structure member. That's why we are going to simply write as EMP dot name. But if you want print the his city, we are going to write EMP outer structure variable dot inner structure ADD dot its member city. Like we are going to print the information. To access the inner structure member, we have to, with the help of the outer structure variable dot inner structure variable dot its inner structure member. This is the way we are going to accessing the inner structures. Within the structure, we are going to write the another structure. Now here is an example. We are going to read the information Arun. We are going to read the just simple name of the employee as a Arun. His city is Guntur, pin code, phone number. Like we are going to, whatever the data we are going to read, that we are going to get the output. The structure can be nested in the following ways: by separate structure or by embedded structure. In the previous example, it is a by separate structure. We'll see the model. Now here we are going to create the two structures, but the dependent structure should be used inside the main structure as a member. Now here I'm going to take as another example, struct date. It have the members DD, MM, YYY. So this is the outer structure, and within the structure I'm going to create the another structure with the name of the employee. In this employee, I'm going to create a date of joining, name of the variable as a structure variable as a date of joining. DOG is a type of struct date variable. Now here I'm going to create the EMP1. EMP1 is a variable of type employee. In this employee, I'm going to use the one structure variable. So within the structure employee, I'm going to use another structure variable, it is called as a nested structure. So we are going to write a structure outside the structure, and that outside structure we are going to use inside the structure. This is the one of the way we are going to create a structure using the nested structure. So generally we are going to follow this one. So once you are going to use create a structure outside the structure, so this structure we can be used in some other structure. Suppose if you are going to create the another structure with the student information, in the student information if you want to store the date of admission, so in that we are going to declare this struct date object, and we can be use. This is the one of the way, that is a separate structure. Now another way is embedded structure. In the embedded structure, within the structure internally we are going to create the another structure. So when you are going to within the create embedded means we are going to insert into that one, then it is called the embedded. The embedded structures enables us to declare the structure inside the structure. Hence it requires less lines of codes, but it cannot be used in multiple data structures. So here in this example, I'm going to the employee having the employee ID, name, and his date of joining. So here we are going to create a structured date within the employee. Suppose if we want to create the another structure student, in that student structure, if we want to store the date of admission, so within that structure once again we have to write this code there itself. So this is the one of the way, that is another way. So whenever you want that structure is not required in other structures, then we are going to embed it. Otherwise we are going to write the structure definition of template outside the structure. Now how to accessing the nested structures. So I was already told you, once again I'm going to told you how to access the nested members. We can access the members of the nested structure by outer structure dot nested structure dot member. So here I'm going to take in as a E1 as a employee variable, dot dog is a inner structure variable, dot dd is a member of the dog. So to access the inner structure member, first we have to use the outer structure dot inner structure dot its member. So not only the two level, we can write the multiple level, but generally we are going to use the 2 or 3 levels only. Now to access the month, we have to specify the variable. Here it is a E1 dot dog dot mm, and you want to access the year, name of the variable as E1, its member is dog. Dog is a member of E1, and dog itself, it contains another member, that is the YY. So we are going to access the its date of joining like this. So this is an example. Now if you are going to use this one, we are going to get the employee name. And now we are going to discuss the another topic is the union. So union is also as a user defined data type. It is similar to the structure. So unions are conceptually similar to the structures. The syntax to declare and define union is also similar to that of a structure. The only difference is in terms of storage, that means the memory. In structure, each member has its own storage location, whereas all members of union uses a single shared memory location, which is equal to the size of its largest data member. Now here we are going to take an as a structure and union. In structure, I'm going to take an as a two members char and float. So in the union also, we are going to take an char and float. Now how the memory is allocated? Now here for the structure, each member a separate memory location is allocated. Now here for the char data type, they are going to allocate the 1 byte of memory. For float data type, they are going to allocate the 4 bytes of memory. So total 5 bytes of memory is allocated for the structure. For each member, a separate memory location is allocated in the structure. Whereas in the unions, they are going to allocate the member which have the occupies the or require the more memory. That memory is only that much memory is allocated. Now here in the union, we are going to use the char and float. So char is required 1 byte of memory, and float they are going to allocate the 4 bytes of memory. So which is the highest, which one requires the more memory? Float is required the 4 bytes of memory. So for the union, it will be compiler will be allocates the only one memory location, that is a 4 bytes of memory is allocated. So in the structure, a separate memory locations are allocated. Here 2 and 1 byte and 4 bytes. Whereas in the union, you are going to observe only one memory location is allocated. Here a separate memory location is allocated. For X, 1 byte of memory is allocated. For Y, 4 bytes memory is allocated. But here it can be allocates the only 4 bytes of memory. Float data type, it takes as a 4 bytes of memory. Only that one memory location, that is only 4 bytes of memory is allocated. Now here 5 bytes, here the memory is sharing. These 4 bytes is memory shared by X and Y. So we have the only one memory location. So here either we can be store the X value or only the Y value only. Allocates storage equal to the largest one. At the same time, in the structure, for each member, they are going to allocate a separate memory, whereas in the union, only one memory location is allocated. That is the highest memory is required. So here we have a separate memory location. We have the only one memory location. So by that you can observe. So for X, we can have the separate memory location. Y, we have the separate location. But whereas in the union, we have the only one memory location. That means we can store either X value or Y value only at a time. But whereas in the structure, we can store the X value as well as Y value because they have their own separate memory locations. But whereas in the union, we have the only one memory location, so we can store either X or Y value only. So this implies that although union may contain many members of the different types, it cannot handle all the members at the same time. A union is declared using the union keyword. So the general syntax, the general is union, name of the union, tag name, open curly braces, closed curly braces, and here we are going to write as a members. Just except the keyword union structure, their syntax is similar only. The difference is the memory only. Now this declares a variable. Here we are going to declare a variable union it1 of type union time. So this union contains three members, each with a different data type. They have each with a different data type into m, float to x, c. So here they are going to allocate the m is required as integer 2 bytes, float as a 4 bytes, char as a 1 byte. So in this one, so which is the highest memory is required? Float is required the highest memory. So then they are going to allocate the 4 bytes of memory is allocated. Here we can be only one of them can be used at a time. This is due to the fact that only one location is allocated for all the union variables irrespective of their size. The compiler allocates the storage that is large enough to hold the largest variable type in the union. In the union declared above, member X requires the 4 bytes, which is largest amongst the members for a 16-bit machine. So other members of union will share the same memory address only. So syntax for accessing any member is similar to the structure only. Now here I am going to create one structure type as a test variable as a t. So to access the member of union t, we have to specify the name of the union variable t dot member name. So this is similar to the accessing a structure variable. How to access a structure member? We are going to specify the name of the variable, structure variable dot member name. So here also in the union also we are going to use the same variable name dot member name. So here I'm going to take as one example. Here I'm going to take as a item union type. I'm going to declare a variable name as a ite. So it dot a 12, it dot b equal 20.2, it dot ch equal to z. So here it will be allocates the how much memory is allocated. Only 4 bytes of memory is allocated. It will be allocates of only 4 bytes of memory is allocated, and initially first 12 will be placed in that memory location. Now in the next line, we are going to specify it dot b equal to 20.2. So this will be overwrites the a value. How many memory locations are here? Only one memory location is there. Already the container contains the value 12. Now we are going to write a new value 20.2. So the previous value 12 is overwrite by this new value 20.2. In the next time, we are going to write as a variable, union variable dot, we are going to specify as a member name ch equal to z. So previously in this memory location, we have the value 20.2 was stored. Now this was overwritten or overwrite, or previous data is erased and new data small z is placed in this memory location. Now in the memory, what is the data is there? Only the value z is there. Now if we are going to try to print the it dot a, we are going to get the value as z. As you can see here, the values of a and b get corrupted and only variable c prints the expected result. This is because in union, the memory is shared among different types. Hence, the only member whose value is currently stored will have the memory. That means whatever the value, the latest accessing or accessing that memory location, only that value is available. In the above example, value of variable c was stored at last, hence the value of other variable is last. That means whatever the value we are going to place in the memory latest means last, that value only it can holds. That is about the union. Now we'll see the differences between structure and union. In C, we have a container for both same type data and multiple type data. For storage of data same type, C provides the concept of a array which stores the data variables of same type. While for storing the data of different type, in C has concept of structure and union that can store the data variable of different type, or we are going to also called as a heterogeneous, whereas the arrays can hold the only homogeneous elements, that means similar data values, whereas structure and union contains the heterogeneous, that means different data type values they can be holds. Since both the structure and union can hold the different type of data in them, but on the basis of internal implementation, we can find the several differences in both of these containers, that is structure and union. So we'll see the structure definition. Structure is the container defined in C to store data variables of different type and also supports for the user defined variable storage. On the other hand, union is also similar kind of container in C, which can also holds the different type of variables along with the user defined variables. Internal implementation. Structure in C is internally implemented as that there is a separate memory location is allocated to each input member, whereas in the union only memory is allocated only to one member having the largest size among all other input variables. So here we have the only one memory location in the union. In the structure, for each member, a separate memory is allocated. Only there is a major difference between structure and union. And the syntax is structure, struct keyword, and we have to specify the structure name. Whereas in the union, we are going to write as a keyword union name, and the members type member name element here also same the everything, the syntax is everything is same, only the except the keyword struct and union. When you are going to use a structure, we are going to use a keyword struct. When you are going to use a union, we are going to use as a keyword union. When we want to store the different values memory internal members, we have the different values holds, then we are going to use the structure. Or if you want the different members but at a time you want only one value you want hold, then we are going to use the union only. That is the difference between the structure and union. Only the major difference between the structure and union is the allocation of memory. That is the only the difference is size. So value storage, how the values in the structures for each memory, for each member they are going to allocated a separate memory locations. So whereas in the union they are going to store the only a single memory location. So in the structure we can store the multiple values, but whereas in the union we are going to store the only single value at a time for all members. And initialization, whereas in structure we can initialize the multiple members initializing at the same time, but whereas in the union we can be initialized only the first member only. Okay, this is also important question. That is the difference between structure and union. So structure and union. Structure is a keyword, union also is a keyword. So if you want to create a user-defined data types, we are going to create the user-defined data types by using the structure and union. Whereas if we want to store the multiple values, then we are going to use the structure. If we want to store the only holds the only one value at a time, then we are going to use the union. The major difference between the structure and union is the memory. Whereas in the structures, for each member, a separate memory is allocated. Whereas in the union, amongst all the members, the member which holds, which require the maximum memory, that memory is allocated. So in the structure, we have the multiple memory locations are available for each member, a separate memory is allocated. Whereas in the union, only one memory location is allocated. So hence, for the structure, we can store the different values for the members, but whereas in the union, we can store the only a single value only. So what is the general syntax for the structure? We are going to write as a struct keyword tag name. The syntax struct tag name open curly braces, closed curly braces, and we have to optionally we are going to write the variable list and give the semicolon. Whereas in the union we have to write as a union keyword and name of the union, open curly braces, close curly braces, and we can write the variable list also. So it's a very important question, differences between the structures and union. And also you are going to go, you can expect the question from structures and unions. They may ask what is the structure, how to declare a structure, how to initialize a structure, how to access a structure members. Okay, thank you.